present class. I am continuing the next class of your previous topic, that is your how DNA acts as how DNA replicates in semi-conservative mode of DNA replication. As I said earlier, there is an experimental proof which was stated by Michelson and Starr, and this experiment was also given by their name. Michelson and Starr experiment. So coming to Michelson and Starr experiment, this was first introduced by the Michelson and Starr in the year 1958, and they have taken initially coli, and they have taken this coli and they are left this coli to grow in a medium containing NH4Cl, and here the N nitrogen base is the general nitrogen bases that are already present in your DNA of any organism, that may be prokaryote and eukaryote. So this coli is grown in NH4Cl, and this nitrogen is tagged with a heavy isotope with N15. So this coli is left for several generations in this media with heavy isotope, and when it is observed, when it is left for centrifugation, when it is subjected to centrifugation after several generations, when this coli is subjected to centrifugation with a medium containing cesium chloride, then they have observed that this coli is having heavy isotope containing strands. So in the first generation, so not in the first generation, after several generations, when they both have observed, after centrifugation, they both have observed that this coli has produced strands. They have isolated the DNA of this coli and they have observed these strands and the autoradiograph, and they have observed that this particular coli is having heavy isotope containing heavy isotope containing DNA strands. Means the produced strand, the present strand in this coli after several generations in heavy isotope media containing NH4Cl, then they have observed this broad band heavy isotope containing DNA strand, and they have observed in centrifugation as this is a heavy isotope containing, as this coli is grown in heavy isotope containing media. So in centrifugation, heavy media, heavy isotopes are sedimented down, then this coli is taken out and this DNA strands are isolated and they are observed for these strands in autoradiograph. So this clearly indicates that as it is heavy band, as it is heavy density, this is sedimented down in the pellet, as in the form of pellet. If it is the light nitrogen media, then it will float in the tube. But as this is a heavy isotope contained, as this is grown in heavy isotope media, these coli strands are having N15. So heavy nitrogen, heavy isotope media. So these strands, this coli is sedimented down in the form of pellet in the centrifuge tubes. So this is the previous beginning story of this coli when it is grown in NH4Cl with heavy isotope. Now again this coli is observed for several generations and it is grown in a media containing N14. So now there is a change of coli from N15 to N14 media containing with NH4Cl. Now after several generations, not just assume that for one generation, because you all know coli is grown, gets duplicated for every 20 minutes. So when it is observed for first generation and this coli is grown in N14 media, then when this coli is isolated with its DNA, then again centrifugation is done under cesium chloride, then a nitrogen lightweight DNA strands are observed in the middle of the centrifuge tube. As is a lightweight media. In the previous culture, the pellet is formed in the centrifuge tube because that is N15 media with a heavy nitrogen strands, and this is N14 media. So here in the cesium chloride density gradient in the pellet in the centrifuge tubes, what happened? These N14 strands are present in the middle, in the top of the centrifuge tubes. So if you observe for the strands, then in the first generation you can see that one strand is with, you can see I am just making it dark. So this is heavy nitrogen media containing DAM N15, and this is N14 light media containing strand. So hybrids are formed with one of the hybrids of two hybrid helix are formed. One of the strand contains N14 and another strand contains N15 in the first generation. Here once again I am just repeating, here there is a conversion of, there is a change in the media growth of the colloid. First initially it is grown in N15, next this N15 grown colloid is allowed to grow in N14. So in the first generation, then what happened in the first generation when it is observed for the strands in autoradiography, then what happened? The two helix formed in the two daughter strands. What happened? One of the strand is an N15 containing strand and another strand is N14. So two major hybrids are formed containing N14 and N15 strand. So this is what observed in the first generation. So this is nothing but semi-conservative mode of DNA replication. So this in the first generation, after 20 minutes of this E. coli when it is grown in normal media, that is N14, NH4Cl, this nitrogen is N14. So then what happened? This is a normal media. In this normal media, when it is observed after 20 minutes, then what happened? Two helix are formed. So these two helix, in one of the strand, what happened? N15 containing band is formed, and it is coupled, and it is duplicated, and it is the opposite strand is having N14. So this indicates the semi-conservative mode of DNA replication. When it is observed, the same thing is observed in the second generation. Then what happened? 4 strands are formed. 2 strands are hybrid strands containing N14 and N15, and the remaining 2 strands are purely N14. So simultaneously, very slowly, very spontaneously, these strands are changing into N14. See, you can see in the first generation you can observe only 2 hybrids are formed, and in the second generation 4 strands are formed with 2 hybrids and 2 normal N14, and in the third generation you can see all of the N14 containing bands are formed. Totally the colloid is changed into N14. So this is nothing but experimental proof which states that DNA replicates in semi-conservative mode of replication. Initially it replicates in semi-conservative mode of replication. So after 120 minutes of third generation, then what happened? Totally it is changed into N14 strands. So this is nothing but semi-conservative mode of DNA replication. So once again I am repeating, semi-conservative mode of DNA replication. Here this was first initiated proved by Michelson and Stahl. In Michelson and Stahl, they both have first initially taken colloid, and this colloid, as you all know, this colloid takes about 20 minutes for its next generation to come on. So this colloid is grown in a media containing NH4Cl, and here the nitrogen is stacked with N15 heavy isotope. Now this N15 heavy isotope containing media is left to grow for E. coli. Next, this after first generation, when it is observed, this E. coli, these strands are observed, this E. coli is producing heavy strands in its first generation. Means heavy isotope containing, high density isotope containing bands are observed. And again, if it is observed for, and again these bands, this E. coli is isolated with its DNA, and that particular DNA is subjected to centrifugation in cesium chloride density gradient, and it is observed that the centrifuge tubes are getting filled with heavy isotope media containing DNA. Why? Because heavy media will be present at the bottom of the centrifuge tube, and in the form of pellet, the N15 DNA the N15 containing DNA molecules of the coli are sedimented here. Next, this N15 containing E. coli are subjected to again grow in a normal N14 media with NH4Cl with containing N14. This is a normal nitrogen, and it is observed for several generations. In the first generation, they have observed that two major hybrid strands are produced. Two major hybrid strands are produced, means one of the helix is N15 and another helix is N14. So totally two hybrids are formed, mixed up with N15 and N14. When it is observed for the second generation after 40 minutes, then what happened? Both 4 strands are produced with 2 hybrid strands, and the remaining 2 strands are normal N14 strand. Next, when it is observed for the next third generation, then what happened? Totally all of the strands are changed into N15 to N14. So this is how first initially before replication, initially the mode of replication is observed under semi-conserved mode of DNA replication. So this is nothing but Michelson and Stahl experiment.